My profound thanks goes to God Almighty for His goodness and for His mercies, for His words are yes and amen. To the Upper East Regional House of Chiefs, Pedi Tundini Adiele III, the Queen Mothers, the Members of Parliament, the former Regional Minister, the current one, to my family and friends, Atola BC, students and staff of the University of Ghana, the entire Catholic Church, Sunday school teachers, Greater House Chapel, Lawyer Clara, King David, to all those who have supported and keep on supporting me, to those that believe in the Ghanaian dream, to those that have held my hand, I say a very big thank you to you. Tonight, I would be unveiling my project. This is something that I am very passionate about. And I pray and hope that you also buy into this idea, as it is a prevalent issue that must come to a stop. I can't do this on my own. Come with me, let's walk this route together. I can't let it, but please keep voting to keep me in the competition, for we are aiming for the top. We never came this far to look back, for God is king and God is great. Wadaga. Kindly vote Wadaga to the short code *713*13# or download the TV3 reality app from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. They call it not, but we call it home. Akia ledede, imposia zeze, imposia baraka, manya janta, nagode.
Wadaga is clothed by Rider One Couture, with hair by Best and More Limited.
Ladies well groomed by African American Beauty Academy, inspiring beauty beyond borders. Accessories by Magdal Couture.
Why didn't you go to school?
Oh, Baba, the napkin gave me sweat. I'm stained.
You are what?
Stained.
Oh, no. Take this rubber and go and use.
Baba.
Go and use the rubber. Hurry up. My stepmother abuses me sexually, and I cannot cry. I cannot cry because society says it's not in a man's place to cry. I can't even focus in school.
Kai. Bah, for raping this young girl, you are fined 10,000 cows and 10,000 Ghana cedis. Chuba!
In 2013, I lost a friend to unsafe abortion. Though I am a victim of teenage pregnancy today, I have vowed not to toe that path. These are situations that we are faced with in our homes, schools, churches, mosques, communities, and even in this auditorium. Rick Warren once said, "Willpower can produce change, but leaves us with an internal stress because the root cause has not been tackled." In order to curb this menace, sufficient information in relation to reproductive health education must be provided, and this is the project I intend to embark on. Reproductive health education simply means providing adolescents the requisite information in relation to their reproductive organs, abstinence, menstruation, teenage pregnancy, helping victims of sexual abuse and victims of teenage pregnancy, contraceptives, and sexually transmitted diseases. According to the Chieftaincy Act of 2008, chiefs are given the legal rights to settle disputes. According to statistics of the Ghana Health Service, about 500,000 teenage pregnancies were recorded between the period of 2016 to 2020, of which about 100,000 teenage pregnancies were recorded only in the year 2020, which means about 130 teenage pregnancies were recorded daily and about 13 teenage pregnancies were recorded per hour. According to research of the World Health Organization, adolescents who are provided requisite information in relation to reproductive health education do not engage in sexual activity. And even if they do it cautiously. Dear parents, you are our first teachers and our heroes. Please provide your girl child and your boy child the requisite information in relation to reproductive health education, taking into consideration abstinence and the use of modern day contraceptives in order to help us make informed decisions. Be our friends and help navigate us from the uncertainties of adolescence. If you ask me for a required age, I will recommend as early as 6 years. Children of today are resourceful and they'll get to find out anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, you will side with me that one of the best ways to help curb this menace is through social media, as the youth of today are adventurous. Are we not? Thank you. I have created a website coupled with YouTube channels and Instagram accounts in order to share daily updates on reproductive health to empower both sexes. I will also serve as a point of contact between already existing institutions and the youth. Auntie Jibodi, Auntie Jane, you will side with me that the Ghana Health Service and the Planned Parenthood Association of Ghana is trying to curb the menace of teenage pregnancy, while the United Nations Population Fund, through its Orange Center and the Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit, is trying to curb the menace of sexual abuse. Through this website, victims of teenage pregnancy would log in and be directed to the PPAG site, of which they will be enrolled on their programs. I will intend do a follow-up to make sure that they are empowered through this program. Victims of sexual abuse would also log in to the UNFPA and DOSU pages, of which perpetrators of the act will be brought to book, and their intent will be counseled to become better people in society. I will use my influence to frequently organize community games coupled with educational tours and radio interviews to educate the youth on reproductive health education. And if I cannot abstain, what do I do? Religious leaders, please do not stop propagating the gospel of abstinence. Promoting reproductive health education would mean providing that individual knowledge in relation to menstruation. It will mean protecting the rights of that orphan child. It will mean protecting that inmate from being accused of that offense. It would mean promoting mental stability in society. It will mean empowering that individual, and it will mean promoting national development. I do not stand here to claim perfection, but to seek your indulgence in order to curb this menace. I choose to raise my voice not because I want to shout, but for the voice of the voiceless to be heard. And with this, I dare to say, arise, Ghana youth, for your country, for the nation demands your devotion through reproductive health education. Let us get involved, for we are the future of the country, and the country belongs to us. With this, I reaffirm my passion, my project, and my purpose in life. Akia Ledede, Imposia Zoizoi, Imposia Baraka, Manya Janta. Thank you.
Wadaga from the Upper East region, ladies and gentlemen. Fritz, I'm coming straight to you. What do you think of Wadaga's performance?
Wadaga has always been a lady of passion. She's eloquent, she's forceful, and she put her point across. It was a little bit too long, and I thought that earlier on you didn't catch on. It was when you went down on your knees that I realized that it's the Wadaga of old, the woman of passion. And, you know, you go far. So, well done.
Well done, you go far, Wadaga. Linda, I see you're nodding. What would you tell Wadaga?
Wadaga, very good presentation. But, you know, as a nation, sometimes I wonder what we want. Because all you stated are facts. But I remember when they were introducing comprehensive sexuality education, our pastors stood up, no. Imams stood up, no. So what do we want? Because this is a fact. WHO says that 21 million girls aged between 15 and 19 in developing countries become pregnant. So it is a fact. You know, so it's a tall order. You have a lot to deal with if this is the project you are backing on, but it's a super project. You seem to have your facts together. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, do it one more time for Wadaga. Thank you so very much. Now, moving on to the next set of contestants, ladies and gentlemen, from the Volta region, let's welcome Seto.
Malta to, Ghana to, me dogbenami. Thank you so much for all the support that you have given me this far. I couldn't have come this far without you. To my Honorable Regional Minister, Honorable Archibald Lecha, to Honorable Ernest Nogbe, to Togbe Ajanye IV, to my family, friends, and fans, I couldn't have done this without you. To Settle Management Team, thank you so much for all the work that you have done for me. We are at the grand finale, and tonight I am going to set the stage ablaze. My project is on mental health. According to WHO, 1 out of every 4 people will go through a mental health crisis at some point in their lives. This goes a long way to affect productivity and in the long term affects the economy. This is why I feel it is very important for everybody to pay attention to their mental health. Because of this, I will ask you to fully support me and vote massively for me so that I can bring the crown home. The short code is still *713*13#, or you can download the TV3 Reality app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Akpenami, thank you.
Settle is clothed by Rider One Couture, with hair by Best and More Limited.
Ladies well groomed by African American Beauty Academy, inspiring beauty beyond borders. Accessories by Magdal Couture.
Good evening, officers and men. From here, we are meeting at the Bema Hall. Parade will dismiss. Dismiss!
Madam, sir, your letter.
Dear W.O. Settle, we are sad to inform you about the demise of your only daughter, Esina, in a fire outbreak at your residence.
No! 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 My whole life came crashing on my head. Depression came over my life. They called me emotional, weak, and unable to carry out tasks diligently. Anxiety dragged me. They called me uncertain, unintelligent, and some even called me dirty. I lost weight. They said my beauty had worn off. I lost my self-esteem, my self-worth, and I started to fall sick. I begged for help. I was either criticized or rejected. There was so much stigma. At a point, I almost took my own life. All I needed was love and support and somebody to tell me that there will be hope. It could be you, or even you. Yes, it happens to the best of us, even the strongest of us all. Even brave soldiers like us who go through post-traumatic syndrome and yet are expected to wear the courageous heart of a lion just to protect you. Somewhere in many communities, and even among us here, people are going through mental states of varying severity. Ensuring mental health has become a worldwide imperative and an important target of the Sustainable Development Goals. According to WHO, 1 out of every 4 people would go through a mental crisis at some point in their lives. Yes, you, and even you. One of you may be going through a mental crisis at some point in your life, and yet we wear the aprons of perfection when we have to deal with the neighbor across the street. Of the 30 million people living in Ghana, 13% suffer from a mental disorder, with a huge number of children born with intellectual disabilities. Mental health has a direct effect on our physical health and vice versa. This goes a long way to affect productivity, and will, in the long term, affect the economy. This is why I have chosen to take up this task. At the end of my project, I hope to have created mental health awareness in the population. I hope the members of the community would be able to discuss mental health issues. I hope that they will be able to discuss the elimination of stigmatization, prejudice, and myths surrounding mental health by freely sharing their experiences. I hope to establish mental health support groups for and by people with lived experiences. I hope to have been able to educate people on the availability of treatment and referral centers. The first phase of my project will start in the North Town district, as the Honorable MP Samuel Okujeto has expressed interest in hosting the first phase of my project. He will help me in the mobilization of traditional authorities, opinion leaders, local resources, and women's groups. I will further liaise with the Mental Health Authority, the Ghana Health Service, the Ghana Psychological Association, local NGOs, and churches to help promote human rights in mental health related issues. As part of my project, I hope to embark on a media awareness campaign. This I will do by dramatization and jingles, which will be played on TV, radio, and social media. I also intend to participate in mental health talk shows and host them. I also intend to embark on outreaches, not only to educate people about mental health, but to screen them and evaluate their mental health, as well as physical health related issues. This I intend to do with the help of my colleague doctors, some of whom have already volunteered to be on this very useful campaign. There will be floats, quizzes, and competitions for school children to enlighten them on how to protect their mental health. I will push for scholarships for children living with intellectual disabilities. I intend to introduce self-help tools, some of which are self-centered recovery tools, which will help engage people in activities and wear away negative thoughts. As part of my project, it will be very important for me to set up a project secretariat, and I'm glad that the CEO of the International Health Expert Group, Dr. Gameli Kwame Nogbe, has pledged his administrative support for this project. Clearly, our project is going to take place over a period of 1 year. I will work together closely with sponsors, Corporate Ghana, with local and international NGOs like JICA and USAID to make sure my project comes to a successful end. Clearly, my project is smart, specific, checked, measurable, checked, achievable, checked, relevant, checked, time-bound, checked. Our project is ready to roll. Thank you, Akpena.
One more time for Seto from the Volta region. I think she deserves better. Do it better for Seto. Jigwadi, can I please come to you for this one?
Seto, you gave a very relevant topic. You presented it eloquently and intelligently. And I believe that this project will probably take you far. Well done.
Well done coming from Jigwadi. Let's go to our guest judge for the night, Linda, for your thoughts on Seto's performance.
Seto, scope, check. Relevance, check. Time frame, check. Mode of delivery, check. Overall, check, check.
It's a check for Seto, ladies and gentlemen. She has represented the Volta region for this year's GMB. Congratulations to you, Seto. Now, all the way from the Ashanti region, ladies and gentlemen, do it for the one and only Sarfoa.
Ghana ebetimi ayi. Ane, esanse so mine be yi a every year na. Otumfo osei tutu abebi otoso mienu. Opem so na nanamontra akonya ene ahemafo nyina mo asante maso. The regional minister, Kumasi mayor, MPC nyina, any DCs, any MCs, the Church of Pentecost, any asorema omo ewiasia fane nyina, the University of Ghana, Nititu Center for Aging Studies. Old students of Yasantua Girls Senior High School, Peace Hill Senior High School, Team Sarfoa.
One needs a little time to get ready. So we'll just give her a few minutes. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Infoto from the Bono region.
It's been 13 weeks of learning. 13 good weeks of thrilling experiences. Tio dikane ndi aseda kese ebe manyanko poni. Hwedi ampon basayi adom. De waso mu we kurakram abesim pempenswe. Meka se Ebeneza de nyanko poni de me abetrini. I'd like to say a very big thank you to Osachefo Osiadeyo, Dr. Ajiman Bedu Diotosumyenu, who's the president of the Bono Regional House of Chiefs, Nana Ya Nsia Diotosumyenu, president of the Bono Regional Queen Mothers Association. I'd like to say a very big thank you to all the MPs in my region, Honorable William Okofo-Date, Honorable Prince Manfo, Nana Yabua Esiama, Mamenu Mahuye Jom, Dahwa Sedodo, Wasomu, Asedapane and Demahone. I'd like to say a very big thank you to Sewanyako All Students Association. And also I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Isaac Osayebwa and his wife, Madame Naomi Osayebwa. Thank you so much. Lene Services staff, thank you. Bono for Gold members, thank you very much. My family and friends, I thank you all so much. In fact, everybody, CCC, Reverend Ransford Obing, thank you all so much. First Vision I Care, I thank you too. In fact, for anybody whose name I've not mentioned, I say a very big thank you. And I would also like to say a special thanks to Media General, everybody inclusive, the crew, the producers, our chaperone, everyone that has helped me to this far. Thank you so much. For me, I am dedicating myself to the cause of orphans because I have been an orphan for almost all my life. And one thing I've come to realize is that these people need a helping hand every single day of their lives until a time where they can also become helping hands to others like themselves. I've always believed that if you're fighting for people, people believe in someone who have felt what they feel, someone who has been where they are, and so they believe that you can better fight for them. This is what I stand for, and this is my truth. I will encourage you all to keep voting for me. Keep supporting Mfojo. The short code has always been *713 *13#. Or you can download the TV3 reality app on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store to vote Mfojo MFODWO. Njiti se nyankopone nensayem nti bibia bekoye Bono for Gold ntaho nyina ase hwedi ampon onhira ho nyina.
Mfojo was clothed by F. Pinta Clothing, with hair by Best and More Limited.
Ladies well groomed by African American Beauty Academy, inspiring beauty beyond borders. Accessories by Magdal Couture.
She's my mother. The warmth of her heart suits all pain away. The touch of her hand keeps trouble at bay. She loves like no other. He's my father, my hero. His arms are my shelter, assuring me that he's my protector. He loves like no other. The love from both parents is an emotion so immense that I thought nothing in this world could erase. But one fateful day, death laid its icy hands on my father. Death had no mercy as it struck again and took my mother too, leaving me alone at that tender age. A very confusing experience, oblivious of what was happening. I had no hope of how I would live without parents. But in the middle of that storm, God gave me an anchor, an angel of hope, who held my hand and showed me love and care that death robbed me of when it took away my parents. My name is Eva Efia Mfojo. This is my childhood, and this is my story. Why me? Why her? I was only a child, and already my scars were like the bruises on a slave's feet. The orphans, that's us. I chose this path, or should I say this path chose me, when the sad reality hits me as a bubbly child who saw her world crashing down after losing my daddy at age 3 and mommy at age 6. What was to become of me? A child who never bargained to become an orphan. And so this was why I chose to be a part of the solution and not just redefine the problem. To help give orphans hope for a brighter tomorrow. According to the SOS Children's Village, an estimated 1.1 million children in Ghana have either lost one or both parents. Thousands of children sleep on the street. Some beg for money. They sell or even engage in theft just to survive. The country is grateful to individuals and organizations who have dedicated themselves to orphans. Honorable judges, nananom, bonomane ne Ghana mane, oye manijie nyahohoahoa. I am honored and humbled to introduce to you the Infoto's Hope City Foundation, which will identify these children in my region by getting data from the social welfare and also consulting with other core institutions within the region. I am seeking to support one orphan at a time, and I intend to provide these orphans with educational funding, uniforms, stationaries, and scholarship. I will also provide them with technical and vocational trainings. Thank you. Funding for this project will be sought from international donor agencies like the USAID. And I'll also partner with other local care agencies and NGOs with children at heart. I will also rely on individual philanthropists with children at heart, just like yourselves. Beneficiaries for this project will be from ages 0 to 18, and the only qualification will be children with no caretakers. The proposed duration for this project is 1 year, which will be split into 3 main phases. That is the selection and the funding phase, the project's main phase, and the monitoring, evaluation, and sustainability phase. This project is intended to be for the people and by the people, which is why it's a community empowerment and support for orphan and vulnerable children's project. Judges, audience, viewers at home, these orphans are all around us. We see them, we know them, uncared for and forgotten by almost everybody. The drama you saw earlier, that is my childhood, and that is my story. That poor girl who lost her parents at that tender age. I have been an orphan for close to 20 years, but I am here today because someone helped me. I also have a voice because someone scolded me. I am able to champion this cause on this big platform because she still supports me with her little, and I can't thank her enough. Linda Infoto believed in me. Audience and viewers at home, I believe that if I've been able to get to this point as an orphan, with your help and with my help, we can push these little orphans to any destination that they want to go. I expect to pass through this world but once. Therefore, any kindness that I can show anybody, let me do it now. For I shall not pass this way again. This is my truth. This is what I stand for. And I hope you stand with me to give hope to the hopeless. And together, we can all become angels of hope to these orphans. Thank you.
A very strong message from the Infoto Hope City Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Bono region, the one and only Infoto. Janet Sunkwamils, what are your thoughts?
Infoto, lift up your head. You are the voice, Infoto. You are special, Infoto. You have just proven that the beginning of a journey is never the end. You are going to go places. And tonight, your voice was emoted because you were speaking from an experience, from your soul. Infoto, you did great. If I was an investor, you have convinced me to invest in your project. Sweetheart, keep shining and keep shining your light the brightest.
Thank you, Janet Sunkwamils. Linda, we are ready to listen to you about Infoto's performance.
Infoto, I really feel your pain because I have been there. I lost a mother at a very tender age. Although I had a living father, I might as well have been an orphan. So I do understand. But for the mercy of others who supported me, feeding me, and the grace of God, I won't be sitting here today. So I do understand. And I really, really would like to support your project. But then, you say 1 year. How do you support an orphan for 1 year?
I said the 1 year because you see, if you win the crown, you are supposed to embark on a project for a year. But then mine is beyond 1 year. I only stated 1 year because of the duration of our project when you should win the crown.
Yes, but I think your presentation should have said so because you can't support an orphan or somebody who needs help for just a year. It's a long-term project, but it's a good one and it's a good cause. Well done.
Show Infoto some love as she walks off the stage. Thank you very much for that one. Now, rounding up this very first phase for us, ladies and gentlemen, she is ready and she's coming all the way from the Ashanti region, Sarfoa.
Ghana ebetimi ayi. Ane, esan se so mine be yi a every year na otumfo osai tutu abebi otosumi no. Opem so na nanamontra nkonya ene ahemafo nyina mo asante maso. The regional minister, Kumasi mayor, MPC nyina, any DCs, any MCs, the Church of Pentecost, any asorema omo ewiasia fane nyina, the University of Ghana, TTV3 Center for Aging Studies. Old students of Yasantwa Girls Senior High School, Peace Hill Senior High School, Team Sarfoa, Ebusiafo, Ghana Mainina. Me damase die di kan ye beda otumfo Nyankopon ase e wade fe fa waye e de amaye menim se nkonim die ye de biara na mesan so damase metitiw e wo ahofama ne ahosepe ne odo amantan ne di akere me e wa kansi emu nyina besi enne mani aso na menim se wo bekoso aye. Nelson Mandela said, and I quote, "No one truly knows a nation until one has been in its jail. A nation is not supposed touched by how it treats its highest citizens but its lowest ones. We have one way or the other been in lowest moments, even now. Some people have. But whenever you find yourself on the brighter side of life, you always have to take a turn and shine on the other side. Tonight is all about emotions, enthusiasm, and passion about my project, which is the Prisons Project. And I crave in your indulgence that you will support me with the little you can, your vote, your prayers, and I will definitely come knocking your door to join me so that we can make Ghana, Mother Ghana, proud. Kindly dial *713*13# and follow the prompt to vote Sarfoa, SARFOA, or you can download the TV3 Reality app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. The name still remains Sarfoa. Thank you so much and I appreciate you. I love you all.
Sarfoa is clothed by Organzy Eccentric with hair by Best and More Limited.
Ladies well groomed by African American Beauty Academy, inspiring beauty beyond borders. Accessories by Magdal Couture.
Am I good enough? What will society think of me? Will my family accept me? Or I should go back? No. People will laugh at me. What will I do?
No. In front of me are 3 roads, 2 leading to my destruction, and 1 to my destination of which I can't get access. Just as my full body was incarcerated in a cell, my mind was swallowed in so much pain I need not to tell. In the corners of society, they see me as the devil. From dawn to dusk, as if they have been taxed. But with no one to ask, I still ask, why do you judge me when the only difference between us is I was caught? And there are some innocent souls still perishing in the cells. Now my real home is no more home because I don't belong. So I've been thrown away. And I have no other place than the cells. But even there, how do I survive with 1 cedi 80 pesos as budgeted by government for each prisoner a day? Out of 44 prisons built in the country, others have the capacity of accommodating 700 inmates, but they are the same places housing 4,000 people, which is 6 times the number. Rehabilitation and counseling sessions are ineffective because of massive overcrowding. The officer to inmate ratio is imbalanced, so we tend to spend more time with each other. We form cliques and build and learn new tactics, and we become harder than we came. Is this what we created? See, the facility that was built as a correctional center is now a breeding grounds to creating hardcore criminals. What are we not doing right? Out of 7,709 inmates convicted in 2015, as reported by the Ghana Prison Service, these people, almost 70% of them were between the age range of 18 to 35 years, which falls under the age bracket of the youth. See, think about this critically. How do you see the success and the future of the country when more than half of almost 8,000 prisoners are the youth? Crime rate keeps increasing in the country. Ex-convicts go back into the cells. What are we not doing right? This is my cry. This is my burning passion. keep struggling each day, but irrespective of I being a victim of indifference, I will not be silent. However, these are the 5 interventions I strongly believe when implemented will turn the country around, that I have termed Agenda Brief, BRRIF. Firstly, breaking out of societal stigma and prejudice through educating the public, through educating organizations, churches, families. We can come together and accept these people, for they need love just like we all do. We can show them the reason to relive their lives and contribute towards national development. Number 2, which is reformation of our criminal justice system. I appeal to the lawmakers of this country. Could we possibly reform the 61-year-old Criminal Offences Act 1960? We can adopt the non-custodial sentencing guidelines, where I don't need to spend 3 to 10 years in prison for stealing a goat, chicken, or an ice cream. But these first, second-degree felonies or crimes can attract communal punishment, like going into your areas and being punished. To scrub the choked gutters, to clean, to serve as a deterrent to Ama, Kofi, and other citizens who are closer. I believe by so doing, these people will all help to reduce the crime rate of the country, and we will be gradually resolving our sanitation issues. Number 3, rehabilitation and counseling sessions, together with counseling agencies and religious bodies such as the Church of Pentecost, my church that I am so proud of. They have expressed their interest through embarking on projects to support our prisons. We can drive the message better to these people. Number 4, last but not the least, we should augment vocational education to these people, together with the Ghana Prison Service and other interested parties. We can create more vocational skills for these people so that they can be financially supported. Lastly, follow-up teams. We will not leave these souls to perish and meddle in the mud when they are released in societies, but there will be follow-up teams that will progressively monitor and track their success and their well-being. We are doing this one soul at a time, one impact at a time. Do you believe that we can do this as a country? We must arise, because this can work. I believe that if we are able to help reintegrate these people better into society, it will pave this way for us to be restored, for us to rewrite our stories again. Now we can freely walk on the path of restoration. On my Ghana, ebetumia ye yanka ye humbom. Now on my Ghana, embe krabeshe. On my Ghana, entumin fan entoma pa emfra. Ne ja ama etri manso so abetwan puntu jume yiso. Now on my Ghana, edi inkunim. Nananom ahemafo. Distinguished judges and invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Midin at the Sarfoa. Medamase semenya sopa etieme. Thank you.
Sarfoa from the Ashanti region, ladies and gentlemen. Do it better for Sarfoa. Thank you very much for your encouragement. Let me just go to Fritz for his comments on this performance.
Sarfoa, you walked it. You've touched the stars. It touches my heart because at a certain time in my previous incarnation, I was responsible for some of the prisons in this country. And I realized the problems, and you articulated it right to the T. You've done extremely well, and I'm telling you, you walked it. Well done.
Those are the words of Fritz. Moving to Linda.
Sarfoa, are you cool? Why are they? My only comment is I had a lot of we. You and who? Because it's a tall order. A human enough from cry. So I kept hearing we. Somebody has to lead. And if this is going to be a project, it means you are leading. That is the only thing I did not hear clearly from you. Do you understand that? Yes. I know you have to do a lot of collaborations to be able to do what you want to do, but we in India, it has to be I, together with, so, yes. Then you own it because it is your project. But it's a very, very, very big task. But we all will support you. Well done.
Do it for Sarfoa one more time from the Ashanti region. All right. So, of course, you know the question I'm going to ask, right? Who is going home with a car? Who is going home with the money? Who is going home with the crowd? Fantastic. All that and more coming up right after this break. This is still GMB.